trumpeted every
Oh,
gruesome
for you
detail.
too. Charles
America
Manson
read that
interview.
Manson led the marauding killers,
Scary.
that he held drug and sex orgies at his makeshift ranch, that he commanded others to kill to prove their love and loyalty to him. At the trial, Manson called himself a child of the system, and some said he had satanic powers. Now, 12 years later, at the age of 47, Charles Manson remains in prison, serving a life term at the California Medical Facility at Vacaville. I interviewed Manson last Saturday at the jail.
Dear
You will see most of that tonight.
What's up?
It has been edited
What's
only
up,
for
Nigel? How
purposes
you
of
doing,
time,
baby?
and also because the language at times was rough.
Not the
Very
stand.
rough. Certain words have been taken out.
That's
Some
a
people
little
might ask,
frightening.
why
I
run the
hope,
Charles Manson
I
interview?
don't know how I would deal
Well,
with like
television
a
is supposed to
stand
make all of us look at ourselves.
situation.
And that responsibility goes
But
beyond
I guess we got to
picturing
be
all of
prepared
us
for
as
that
normal
when we
and
get on.
rational
Like that's a
people
very
who are
possible thing
suddenly
that could
shocked when
happen.
the time bomb of insanity
Honestly,
goes off in
I'm
our midst.
cool as long as you
Do
don't
not run the
bother
Charles Manson
like
interview
my
now
daughter
would be to
and
ignore
shit.
his perversity
I'm
and that
good.
of others,
Like you
which
could
now and
be
again disrupts our
a
lives.
little crazy if you want
To
to.
ignore
Just
it,
don't
to
bother
pass
my
the
daughter.
interview
That's
by
all I
would mean
care about.
accepting wickedness and
Don't mention
insanity
her. Don't
in
say
place of
nothing
dealing with
to
its
her
problems.
about her. We good.
The Charles Manson interview will probably provoke dismay, possibly fear, even some anger. I hope it provokes some thought. It begins right after this.
I hope they don't show no damn commercial on this motherfucker.
Tell me about your life here in prison. Do you read newspapers? Do you listen to the radio? Do you watch television? Do you communicate with people on the outside? What goes on for Charles Manson in this prison?
Well, I can feel the grass growing out there on the lawn, and there's a few trees that's got some leaves on it that I can feel.
How's
And I've
everything
been in jail
sound,
all my
Nigel?
life,
Do it
so I'm
sound
actually
good?
right here at home.
Is it coming out clear?
How long have I
Stop
been in jail?
it. Get some
34
help.
years. 34 years. So
Out of 47, you've been here 34.
I've been in jail, prison, a long time, all my life. I was raised up in here. So I understand jail. So I understand myself, and I can deal with that. I sit in my cell, and I do my number, like a convict does his number.
You like jail, don't you?
I don't dislike or like.
Let's go back to 1967, the time you were winding up serving a term of number of years, 10 years. And written accounts indicate that you told the authorities, don't let me out. I can't cope with the outside world. Do you have a recollection of that?
You make a desperate plea out of something, man. There's no desperate plea out of it. I say I can't handle the maniacs outside. Let me back in.
I didn't use the word desperate. That's your word, Charles.
Yeah, well,
Perfect time to do it,
inflection and
Nigel.
Your voice tones were
It's PLAXtober.
implications there.
Nigel is
Well-
funny as hell. That's my boy.
You use the
Anybody
word
watching
maniacs
this video on
the outside.
YouTube?
How are
Check
you
out my boy N Diddy.
from the
Oh
maniacs
no, it's
on
not
the
N Diddy no
outside?
more.
Why
We
do you
got
call
rid of that.
them
Check out my
maniacs?
boy
Because you know
Nigel
something?
on
They
YouTube
think
into
you
the
are
Nigel
one.
verse.
Yeah, it
He
would
does
reflect.
amazing analysis
You
videos
hold
and
the
videos
negative
about
up
wrestling and a
to the
bunch of
light.
different stuff.
You
Check
don't
out my
see the
boy,
light, you
man.
just see the negative. So I'm a reflection of your negative. There's no doubt about that, and I can handle that also. I've been handling, ain't I?
I don't know, have you?
Well, I've been up and down these damn hallways, in and out of these nut wards for the last 10 years. You think you could follow
See, nah,
that?
I couldn't
Don't wanna
be.
follow that.
Yeah, I
Shout out to
But
Heat,
why do you
low
wanna get
key.
into that?
Well, what crowd,
Why do you
what
wanna
crowd
handle
you
that?
playing for?
Oh shit! See, hold on, wait. See, he get a little too loud. Low key, bro, right there, a gangster. Cause I'm not interviewing bro like this. He's standing up and shit. I'm too, like, I'm from the hood. Like, niggas standing up and, like, you already got problems. Nah, bro, like, we gotta have, like, some bars in front of us or something. I'm probably not even interviewing a nigga like this, bro. Maybe I'm pussy, but I can't. Cause I'm be like, this nigga might remember my face. What if he escape? He'd be like, man, I really liked you. And then he, like, skinning me alive or something. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm not talking to one of these niggas. Oh, okay. I feel you. Probably, but still, like, I don't know. This just making me, and then now they kind of arguing. Nah, bro. Nah, shout out Tom Snyder, bro. That nigga a
Playing for my
gangster.
life. You working for
Because
money.
that would not be me, bro.
What does that mean, you're playing for your life?
I'm working for my life, mister. I'm not playing for money.
What do you mean you're working
for keeps?
What do you mean you're working for your life?
I'm playing for real.
Nigga
What
playing
does
for
that mean?
keeps.
You're
Keeps
playing
of
for-
what, bro? You in
That's
jail.
something you can't buy.
When you say you're playing for your life, am I to
Yeah.
assume that you think that someday you're going to get out of here?
Get out of here. Get out of here. Where would I go now? See.
What would you do if you got out of here?
I got out of here.
What if they
Pack
said,
more
to you
people?
tomorrow
Fuck.
morning, Charles, hey, listen, you're free. You can go wherever you want to go. Do whatever you want to do. What would you do?
I'd probably go out in front on the grass and sit down.
For how long?
For right now. How long? I could put a track record on it, or I could put a computer
Come
on
on
it.
down.
Back.
No, come on down. Get off computers, get off tracks. If you got out of here, there are a lot of people who think you'd go start
Nah,
killing
Tom,
people.
shout out Tom,
Again?
bro. He like that.
Well, you guys are misinformed. I haven't killed
Tom
anyone.
Snyder like that,
What
bro.
what about Shay?
What about him?
Well, what about him?
He got killed.
Well, the word is you killed him. Word is you stabbed him. What does it feel like to kill
Word.
somebody, Charles?
Word
He
is
said word.
that you're an old woman.
Nah.
Word is you have turkey in the sky. Word is I don't know what word is. Somebody else tell you that. I didn't tell you that.
Did you kill Shay?
Hell no.
Did you cut Hinman's ear off?
Hell yes.
How'd that feel when you cut his
He
ear
said, hell. Yes, I did,
I
actually.
felt bad
off? I
about
don't
it.
know. Isn't the truth fun now when you
Yeah,
okay,
sure,
okay,
sure.
you cut his ear off. What
Is
did
it
it feel?
true? Fun? My goodness.
Nah,
What did it
bro
feel
got
like?
a-
Cut his ear off.
Huh?
Tell me about it. Come on.
I think Tom
What
should
did it
quiet
feel
down a
like?
little bit.
Well, I had done what he said for about
Yeah,
20
Tom
years.
getting too loud, man.
I've done everything he told me to
I'm
do.
not getting loud with this nigga.
And I got to thinking, now, why don't this guy do something I tell him to do? And he said, no.
Maybe I'm just pussy,
I said,
but
well,
I'm
how
not
comes
getting
I'm
loud
always
with this
doing what
nigga,
you
bro.
tell me to do.
We just
But
gonna
then
have
you
a,
never
if
do
we
what I say
talking,
do.
we just gonna have a cool,
And
chill
he said, well,
conversation.
blah,
I'm not
blah,
getting
blah.
loud with bro.
So I said, now you do what I say. And he said, no. I said, you do exactly what I say. And he said, no. I'm telling you. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. You do exactly what I say. And he said, wow, where'd you get that? I said, I got it from my father in prison. He gave it to me. I had a little charm bracelet I used to carry it on when I was about that big.
So skip that for a second.
Yeah.
Why was it so important for him to do what you say? Why do you like having people do what you want them to do? Why do you want to control them, Charles?
Wait a minute. No, I was asked. The dude asked me, says, you my brother? I said, yeah, I'm your brother. He said, how much are you my brother? I said, completely.
No, okay, that's fair. I'm saying I'm not getting
explain
loud.
it to
He
you. It's
might,
not gonna
he
be
might
that
get loud.
easy.
He gonna do what he gonna do.
So you're going to have to bear
I'm
with me.
chilling, bro. My boy
So-
Tom, he get loud with him.
Bobby said, he was
Nah,
a young
man.
dude, and he said, I'm your brother. I said, okay,
Bobby?
I'm your brother. Beausoleil. Beausoleil. I just got out of prison.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let me interrupt you for a second.
Yeah, well, then we're gone with that thought.
No, because you're getting on
Then
the
we'll go to another one, and then you make me look crazy.
No. You can make
Look,
yourself
he
look
gonna
crazy,
make you
Charles.
look
I can't make
crazy?
you look
All right,
crazy.
bro.
And please believe me.
All right. I'll believe you, and I'll
Let
put
me-
it in my left-hand pocket for later.
Let me
You
take
like
you back
trying to make me
to
look
you
crazy.
wanting this man, Hinman.
I cut
to do
zero off
because
he was over Bobby, and Bobby was a youngster and really didn't know what the hell he was doing. And he
Bro
was a
said,
kid,
"You trying to
and he
make
never
me
had
look
no
crazy."
Man show him nothing. See, so I was telling the boy, I said,
Hefty. Please tell me this not your fucking uncle.
the guy says, "You got my money." I said, "Go and get the money or
Hefty,
leave him alone."
please.
you're taking me to
Please
another
tell
story.
me this not your
I'm
fucking
trying to tell you
uncle,
the
bro.
same thing, and we'll be here for 1,000 years unless you let me
Please
finish.
tell me this
we
not
won't
your
be here
uncle,
for that
man.
long at all. If you'll just speak to this
Okay.
one point.
How you doing, Hef?
Why cut the dude zero off, man? That's the
I'm gonna be extra. I'm always nice to Hefty, but I'm gonna be extra nice to Hefty if this is
you
uncle.
wanted him to do.
Oh,
Because
God.
if one follows your okay, and if one follows your story
Yeah.
through the times on the ranch down in Southern California, it was important for
Why,
Charles
bro,
Manson
getting so
to be a
loud
leader,
with him?
to have
No.
people follow him.
Come on, district attorney. See, you can full of brainwash. That's a district attorney. I'm nobody's leader, and I'm nobody's follower. I got a parole officer, I got a sleeping bag and a guitar, and I'm staying at an old blind man's ranch. And that's about the extent of it. All this occult, all that hocus-pocus stuff that you guys are playing, I don't know nothing about all
You
that.
know nothing about something called Helter Skelter. You know nothing about
Yeah, I know about Helter Skelter. It was a song that some people sang.
And that's all it
And some
was.
other kids picked it up in their minds. And they said, what do you think Helter Skelter is? I said, well, I get out of the penitentiary in the
hold on,
50s,
wait.
and everybody's going thump, thump, thump.
Wait, Did this motherfucker just say he never ran a cult? This nigga more delusional than light-skinned bitches. What the fuck? He said, a cult? Y'all made that up. That's Big Pharma. No, motherfucker, you did that. You did that. What are you talking about?
And they're walking like that. I get
my
back
God,
up. I get out in the penitentiary in the 65, and it's going dun 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 dun. And I get locked up again, and I come out in the 69, it's going dun 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 dun. Singing, wow, man, wow.
Wow, what? Wow, what? Come on.
Well, I was a beatnik. I was a beatnik in the 50s before the hippies came along. You know, I cut a rut down through Acapulco, and I smoked Acapulco before you knew what it was. And I lived in the tubes.
Is that
and I
weed?
was
Is
in the Cook County
Acapulco
jail
weed?
in Chicago when you were playing cricket in high school. See, like you live in another world. I live in street people's world.
No, I don't. Hey, gang. Hey, gang, Chucky. Hey, Chuck. Don't mix us all together with your shit. No. He like, I'm from the slum. No, you're not. Don't mix us on. You're your own separate entity that we don't have nothing to do with. Okay, buddy? Don't be like, man, I resonate more with the street folk. No, you don't. No, we not all what you on, bro. You on a whole different level of shit that we don't want nothing to do with. Don't try to be like, man, like I'm tired of these rich folk, man. These niggas, I'm trying to be just like the street folk. No, you not, brother. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hell no, he tripping. Nah, for real. Like the street people, like, hey, brother.
Manson had.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Crawlers. He'd send people in to move furniture around. Is that all a figment of somebody's imagination so far, or is there any truth to that? Tell me, Charles. I don't know.
It's worse than a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale.
Multitasking, Chad. I'm making clips.
It's a comedy
while we're
tragedy,
watching this.
Opera that was played in the early morning.
Come on, Charles.
It was sickening.
Off the space shuttle.
You know, well, that's what the DA gave you for reality.
Okay.
He stood in the courtroom and said, this man did this and this man did that, and you all believed him. He said, this man did that, and I said, Your Honor, may I speak? And they said, no, you can't speak. I said, Your Honor, I got.
Nah, for real. Like, whoa.
Then they handcuffed me.
Let's bring that back real quick.
What are you going to do? I come out and sit down, and I ain't going to get whipped again.
Didn't you stand up in that courtroom?
Sure.
By the way, let me just go
I
back.
felt the repercussions in the back of it.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you say the whole thing's a fairy tale. You say the whole thing is make-believe.
Yeah, that's his helter-skelter. It wasn't mine.
The body of Sharon Tate is make-believe.
That's make-believe.
Make-believe, yeah.
That's make-believe to the people that went in there and did what they did.
Mm-hmm. And who were those people? You know who? But you know who they
They
were.
made a
Sure, I know
movie
who they
about
were.
him. Oh, I already know. They made a couple movies
They
about
were part
him.
of this thing called, if not the Manson family or the Manson
It was
Coffee,
a
Manson
movie.
Ring. Call it what you
Oh,
will.
appreciate you, Hef.
What?
And Tex Watson testified in a court of law that you told him, go to the house that Terry Melcher used to live in and kill those people.
It's a movie,
a man that was once your associate said that of you, and now you
something
sit
like
here and say,
a crazy night in Hollywood, and it's about some of his disciples
Look here.
going to
I'll
like
explain something to you.
unalive some actors and some singers and
Tex
shit.
took the witness stand,
I don't know if
and
that's
this is
true though. I
record.
think that's like a
And he
fabricated
said,
story,
I don't
or it
know
might
whether
be
I'm
true
Charlie
or something.
Manson or my mother.
But I seen that joint.
Tex didn't have his own mind one way or the other. He was balanced back and forwards because I had already took his mind in another game down the road that I was playing with some Hell's Angels that you don't know nothing about, and you probably never will know nothing about it because you would have to know those people to get in that thought, see? But there's different colors on different people's backs doing different things. It's a different world. I love the world I live in, too, just like Regan loves the world he lives in.
You love the world you live in.
Most assuredly, it's me.
You love all the pain that you've caused people. All
He loves the
I
world
don't
he
know
lives
pain.
in.
I don't know pain. I have no depth of pain. I have no depth of suffering. I don't know ridicule. I don't know all the bad things. I haven't been punished by you all my life since I was 10 years old. I've been in every reform school you got across the country and used to lay down and have to get my ass whipped till I couldn't walk. Tell me about some pain.
And that's our fault. That's all those people...
No fault. Make strong, good pain. Understand pain. Not bad. Pain's not bad. It's good. It teaches you things. It teaches you things. Like when you put your hand in fire, you know not to do that again. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
But how come you didn't
That's the reason I never stick my hand in fire.
Oh, but excuse me. You've been putting your hand in the fire since you were a little boy.
I have?
You just told me a couple of minutes ago that out of 47 years, you've spent 34 of them behind bars. Now, if that isn't keeping putting your hand in the fire, I don't know what is.
What year was that?
What's important is you just say that.
I was gonna say he's trolling. This nigga's trolling, bro.
Why have you been in and out of prisons for the last for 34 of your 47 years? Do you call that normal behavior, Charles? Is that something that you're proud of? I mean,
no, never. Well, I never thought I was normal. Never tried to be normal. Normal runs in a little rut down there. I don't know nothing about being normal. I've been in jail all my life, man. I've lived on a handball court. This guy raised me up. All the men in the joint raised me up, told me what to do, what was right and wrong, told me when to sit down, stand up. I just did everything I was told.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just saying earlier.
What's
bro name? His name? Tom Schneider. That nigga's a gangster, bro.
He said, we ain't gonna stop the Vietnam War.
Cause he going back and forth with him, like getting loud with him and shit. I wouldn't have been doing that.
I never went to vocational. You ever see me in vocational training, rehabilitation? Never played no rehabilitation. I sweep the floor in the kitchen. Go out and play handball. I'm still 10 years old in your world. I'm still a kid. I'm not going to grow up. I'm not going to go to college.
How old are you in your world?
Forever. Since the breakfast. I can't remember what.
I don't know what that means. Come on, off the space shuttle, Charles.
Yeah, it's off the space shuttle.
How old are you in your world?
How old am I? I'm as old as my mother told me. How's that?
Your mother. Tell me about your mother.
What's up, Nylu? How you doing, baby?
When she worked on death row and they took that dude in to hang him and his head popped off and went down them 13
Just making clips and watching serial killer interviews.
You know, so I said, wow.
Then we gonna watch some scary movies.
So then when I got up on death row,
we're gonna do Scariest Basketball Players Part 2.
1969.
Then we probably gonna play some Resident Evil in the morning.
And I looked at her fears.
Because by that time it's probably gonna be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning by that time.
My goodness, what the hell am I doing here? I didn't want to come here. I didn't break the law.
Yes, you did, gang. What is he talking about?
The judge knew it. He washed his hands. He said, I know it, but what can I do? People want this.
The judge never said that.
Yeah.
Judge never said
That's what Oldest said.
No, judge didn't say
He keeps saying what he didn't do.
Judge did not say that he washed his hands.
Bro keeps saying what he didn't do. And it's all shit that he did.
Innocent, Charles.
Innocent?
Let's go back to your mother.
Oh, how was that, now?
Wait a minute. Let's get back to that word, innocent. You're so white and pure?
Judge didn't say you were innocent.
Are you innocent?
Innocent of what?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
None of us.
How long did climbing? Wait, you just got back? Damn.
Guilty of something.
How long was you climbing the mountain for?
You know you're guilty.
And how do you feel about yourself? Tell me about you.
I feel pretty good.
Like I said, I feel pretty good. Shut up.
Let me take you back to your mom.
Take me back to
what else did she talk to you about besides?
Oh yeah, I don't got work in the morning, baby. We on all night.
The head popped off. Yeah.
We on all night, baby.
Cafe and she hit a dude in the head with one of them bottles of Jim Beam whiskey. She tried to hustle a few dollars on the corner, but there wasn't no money. So when she jammed this whiskey bottle upside that clown's head, he went down. She took the bread, come up and got me, and we left, went to Indiana.
When you were a boy, did you love your mother?
I didn't know what that was.
Damn.
Did you respect your mother? How did you feel about you? How do you feel about your mom right now? If your mother, I don't know if she's alive, Charles, or not.
Yeah, you don't, huh?
Do you?
Let's see. Alive.
Nigga said, let's see.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, if she could be watching this right now,
be watching.
What would you say to her, Charles?
What
would you say to Mom?
I'd say, you sure went through a whole lot of changes to get me as far as you did. And you did a damn good job with the help
of
Grandma.
Shit, I gotta stretch.
Grandma was a mountain girl.
Okay, it's not a lot of space over here. Hold on, chat.
She never did drink or smoke or cuss or lie. She used to cook for the Salvation Army, and she was a human being. Good one. I go to church down there, sweep the floor for her.
Well, how were you in school? I hear that
Hey,
you
I
weren't
got
too
some
good, but maybe
underbelly
I
for
heard.
free. Come
Depends
on,
on which
man.
school.
Shout
I
out
did very
Smooth.
well in form school. I did good in every place that I was ever told to do good.
6 hours up
As
and
much as
5
I was
hours
allowed
down.
to
You're a
do,
fucking monster, bro.
You know, a lot of times good
Shout
for
out
some might
Nylu,
not be
you're
the
a
same
beast.
for others. And sometimes it kind of bumps heads, but when it does,
At
then,
this stage, I could never.
I just chew on
I
my pipe
could
and
never.
think about it and do the best I can.
But
You dealt the hand down there in L.A. You in that press, you in that L.A. Times, you dealt the hand. You put me on Life magazine, had me convicted before I walked in the courtroom. You had what?
Bro,
people
'cause
wanted
you
to buy.
did
They
it.
wanted to buy
What the
They didn't give a
fuck?
damn if they had to convict the district attorney. They had to convict the whole building to get that dollar bill going there. They had big bucks going there.
Yeah, super. Yo, W Nylu's in the chat,
I'm
y'all.
bumping
Spam that for me real
$10,
quick.
my friend here.
He's a beast, man. No, I think I'm confident I could get there, but right now, no. Hell no, bro. Right now, hell no.
about this before, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to try it one more time. Pull cards out. You can see them where I'm.
You got a pistol on you?
No, sir. They wouldn't let me in here if I had a pistol.
Yeah.
You know that as well as I do. So why even ask the question? Okay.
Well, I just thought you might not like what I've done. You want to do something about it.
I don't much care for what you've done.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. How do you feel
Yeah.
about that?
W
You're a
Nylu
monster,
from
Charles.
Nylu.
How do you
Yeah, they think you're a monster because you reflect this news media on me. Cult leader. I never had long hair before I got busted. I never had a beard before I got busted. I went to shave, and the guy said, no, you can't shave. And I said, I need a razor to shave. He said, no, you can't shave. I said, let me get a haircut. He said, no, we don't want you to change your appearance. So when you put the camera first on me, you got long hair and a beard. First time
Hey,
I
shout out Nylu. Thank you for the biddies, baby.
Shave and get a haircut? I'll shut him up. Shave and a haircut.
Am I telling him right? I'm not of this generation.
You want to shave and a haircut right now? I'll shut him down right now. You want to shave and a haircut?
I was trying to explain to you, man, that a lot of they pushed off on me is not me. They said I had a great family and I was a following and leaders and all that. There was no followers and leaders, a bunch of kids out the ranch playing. To me,
Playing at what?
playing it, living.
The accounts say that you gave him dope. I'm just saying what the accounts say. I'm not saying I know it to be so. So here's your chance to say it wasn't true. Okay. That there was a lot of hanky-panky, turn the girls on with dope and sex out there. That's all right. That's
Said a
what they
lot of
said.
hanky-panky.
Well, are they wrong?
Oh, well, I went down to Haight-Ashbury and a little kid, 10 years old, come up and said, you want an acid pill? I said, what's that? He said, this is good. Make colors go. I said, no, I heard about them things. I don't want none of that. And then another little kid was rolling a joint. And they were sitting there smoking a joint and asked me if I wanted one.
What'd you say?
I said, well, I used to smoke this stuff in the 60s, but never in the 50s. But it really wasn't that, you know, it was funny, but it's not.
How much dope did you use?
Not the
in your lifetime? Were you a heavy user of dope?
No, I smoked a little grass, and I've taken some acid, mescaline, psilocybin, peyote, mushroom. But actually take dope, no, nothing. I wouldn't take anything with
Actually,
would hurt me.
On this,
Do you feel that
hold
those
on,
things that
wait.
you just mentioned hurt you at all, Charles?
On that, I believe him a little bit. Because he was like, whoa, acid is crazy. I'll do shrooms, I'll smoke weed, I'll do some other shit. Acid is nuts. I believe him right there. All right, Hef, I got you, brother. Hold on. Cheers. I gotta get some more water soon. On that one, I'm not gonna lie, I believe him. He said, whoa, acid is crazy. He said, I ain't on that type of time. You tweaking.
Spiritually.
Mentally. You
And
think?
then
I
on what
believe
level?
him,
On
man.
the level of society, the way you view the norm?
He said acid.
Stop the hogwash. Do you feel that the drugs that you did use in your earlier lifetime confused you?
Oh, damn, Hef.
Altered your mind? Juggled it? Scrambled it? Made you see
Yeah, you got
things
damn Hef.
differently?
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna finish
Stay
this and
on
I'm gonna
that
go get more
level.
water.
Maybe I find a spirit of caveman think through brain.
Let me try
forever.
it again. Do you think the drugs you
I'm not even
used-
about to pause this, chat. I'll be back. I'm about to get the water.
Drugs
I'm not
hurt
even gonna
me.
pause this.
No, I don't
Hold
think
on.
the drugs have hurt me. If I overdone
Y'all
it,
tell
I
me
think
what
it
else
would.
crazy
You don't want to
shit
be
he
anybody's
said.
leader, do you?
No,
Never did want to be anybody's
Ah,
don't
I'm
like
about to get more
attention.
water.
leader. Then why do you
Most insecure people need attention. I don't.
Well, I was just going to say, then, if you don't want attention, why all your life have you kept waving your arms saying, hey, look at me?
That's what I've been doing all my life.
Well, I would have to say that a young man
If I got that documented.
who by the time he's 20 years old has been in and out of jails and reform schools for a variety of offenses that include wife beating,
Wife beating, now that's never whipped my old lady.
Didn't you?
No, I punched my mother out once.
Oh, you did? All right, well, we'll call it mother beating. Forging
But she
checks.
was wrong. She lied to me and beat me for my money, and she didn't do right.
Forging checks, car theft. I mean, these are ways of waving your arms and saying, look at me, give me some attention.
Yeah.
Yet you say you don't want any attention. Now, Charles, that's a contradiction.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, over a period of about 20 years, I imagine you'd want to change something. I'm not very wise to many things, but I am wise to one thing, you know.
Ah, shit! You assholes!
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. You punched your mother. Did you hate your mother?
No, I love her. She's a good girl.
What about your wife? You were married once, weren't you?
Yeah.
How'd that go? Why'd you want to get married? That's kind of conventional. That's kind of normal. That's kind of in the rut, as
Got
you say.
married
To get married, isn't it?
to get in. That's why I got married.
Married for sex.
Did I
was
do
the
the
reason
bit
you got
well?
married.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know
Nigel.
what was happening. I knew there was something happening, but no one would tell me, so I had to find out. You know, I didn't have books like you guys, Playboys and stuff in them days. I had to
Nah,
find
you're
out for
good.
myself.
It was a
Why do you
good
think
bit.
us guys
I
are
liked
all
it.
playboys? We keep
Oh, man, I didn't say you were Playboy. I was talking about Playboy magazine type thoughts,
okay,
man.
okay. You had a son by that marriage, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a kid somewhere.
Do you think about him?
Somewhere is crazy.
Not about as much as my father did me.
So two wrongs make a right in Charles.
No, I didn't say there's anything wrong. My dad's been taking care of me. He lets me live. I'm alive.
I remember you saying, or being quoted in the courtroom in Los Angeles, as saying, the children who came at you with knives are your children.
Yeah, I didn't raise them. You raised them.
You are the ones who kicked them out. You are responsible for what they've done.
That's right. Just as much as I am.
So you, in my mind, were criticizing society for kicking their children out. And
Sure.
yet I've just seen you sit here and say, yeah, I got a kid somewhere.
Yeah.
How can you criticize other people for
but
kicking their
then
kids out and you did the same thing?
Difference, many levels, difference. See, my old lady left me and run off with a truck driver. She said, let's steal a car and go to California. And I said, man, I ain't going to steal a car and go to California and go back to jail. She says, we won't get caught. Well, we didn't get caught. Just I got caught. She didn't get caught. So then she had a kid, and then some truck driver came along, and I was a green kid, and I didn't know what I was doing. You know, so she said, you know, I got a ride from you. I'll see you later. She took off and got married to somebody else. You know, she's a good girl.
And besides the son that you had in your marriage, you've got, what, 4 other children somewhere?
I don't think I've been responsible for as much as you people want to lay on me.
Well, how many children do you have, Charles?
How many children do I have? I don't know. I have lots of children, man. In fact, sometimes I even think you're a child.
But you just said you don't have any children, you don't
just
have any
saying
family in the context of the ranch. I'm talking about children that are your
It comes to a
natural
point
children.
where you just saying
Children
shit,
that are
you
my
know?
natural ego.
No, children.
Oh, children? I would divide one child from the other and say,
All right, somewhere out there, somewhere, there's at least one son that we know of that's your child, who's probably about 25 or 26 years old right
that
now.
right?
Yeah. Look in that camera. What do you say to that kid? What
Yeah,
do you
he's
say to
just
your son
saying
out
shit,
there,
bro.
watching his old man on television? Maybe the first time he's ever seen his old man, with his face all carved up and his eyes glowering. You talk to that kid. What are you going to say to him?
you got to catch it on your own, boy. Train hard. The road's rough.
And that's it.
That's all I knew. That's all anyone ever told me.
All right.
Oh, he's dirt.
And you want to hear something?
Yeah?
He'll do it better than me.
Do what?
Whatever he does. He'll do it a little better. Kids do, don't they?
Sometimes.
Yeah. That's what makes them such a gas. They always seem to get through.
There was a story about a celebrity hit.
Was you ever a kid once?
Absolutely. Still am in many ways, but not your way.
Oh, my way? I don't know what my way is. Everybody keeps telling me I got all these things. I read the other day where I had magical powers, and I told everybody in the chapel, I said, zap, 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 zap. I said, where's my magical powers? Well, you can't believe what you read in the press. I ain't got no magical powers, mystical trips, and all that kind of crap. Yeah, it's kind of silly.
He just saying shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting witches and
He
devils,
not even like...
One guy come up and said, I heard you said you were Jesus. I said, no, man, I ain't said nothing. He said, I'm glad. He said, I'm damn glad. I said, why? He said, I know you ain't him. I said, how do you know? He said, because I am. I said, okay. But I mean, you know,
yeah,
I've been
like,
in that ward for 10 years, so you can't expect me to rationally take this thing serious.
Don't you think you belong in the nut ward?
think he still
Well,
got
it's all
the
right.
hazy
I could-
I mean,
craze
but don't
on
you
it, though.
belong there?
I belong where
Maybe.
I'm allowed to go, man. Like,
That's possible.
You know, I belong.
Let me nail down one of the real.
Sherrod, honey
Listen to how
buns,
simple
no,
this
for
is,
real.
Charles. There was a story in the media back when the trial was going on.
Basically, like,
that
he
Charles
not...
Manson had a celebrity.
He
hit
don't
list.
got no, like,
I don't know if he
coherent
was on it.
thoughts.
Maybe there never was
necessarily,
such a
like,
list,
he's just
but
saying
was there
a
list of
series of
people, famous
sentences
people
without
that
no,
you
like...
thought about
Look, he's jamming right now.
harassing,
There's no music playing.
bothering?
If I wanted to harass them, I just wouldn't watch their TV show.
Prison life.
Talk to me about your life in prison in terms of your being in isolation. You are not on what is called the main line. You're not with the prison population.
5 viewers
How do
in
you
the
feel
chat. I
about that?
appreciate everybody
How do
that's
I
in
feel
here.
about it?
Mwah. Thank you for pulling up.
I don't feel
Nah.
about it.
Would you rather
Nah,
not be in
having
isolation?
Ice Spice in your
Well, I've
head
been trying to
50
get on the
years
main line.
early
I've been
is so
trying to get to
crazy.
the prison for the last
He's like, oh, this
13
kinda...
years.
Why?
He's like, oh, this kind of
Why?
crazy.
Walk
Oh,
around, play some handball,
Damn.
play a little
Damn,
guitar.
as a nigga's trying to talk to you, bro.
Do my number, do my time like any convict does, like I've always done, like my mind has been set to do, like my past lives have been in jail, doing time in jail. In fact, when I got out, I just got outside and sat down. I wasn't going nowhere. I gave up, see.
If you were on the main line, wouldn't you be exposed to some dangers?
Come on, man. If you're thinking exposure to danger, then that danger you're thinking is coming around you.
Well, look what happened to James Earl Ray. You heard about that, didn't you?
James Earl Ray's got his problems. I got mine.
But you heard what happened to him. Have you heard? He got stuck.
Yeah,
22
people
times.
died in India, too.
Got stuck.
And some other people died in Hawaii.
You wouldn't be
People
scared
dying all over.
All right, you wouldn't be frightened or afraid then.
That
of
nigga
the,
just said
of the,
motherfuckers die
prison
every day,
population
B.
trying to make a hit
He's
on it.
crazy.
Man, I've been staying alive in prison this long.
That nigga said motherfuckers die every day, B. Fuck is you talking
Without no
about?
What
Nah.
is S ward?
It's a nut ward.
What goes
He
on?
said
in there?
motherfuckers die every day, B. Fuck is you talking about?
Whatever goes on in there. You'd have to ask the people responsible for that.
Well, do they do things to you in there?
Do they do things to me?
Do things.
That depends.
They give you medication here?
Yeah, they give you medication here.
Do you have medication now?
No. No, it took me
I
about
doubt
2
he's
years
on
to
meds
get off
right
the
now, brother.
medication. The medication has toned me down quite a bit.
I want to see an interview with him off the meds,
Whole
bro.
lot. That's the reason I like the desert. Because when I get out in the desert, then I can let it out and say, if I see you within 50 miles, they will know something. Now,
I
used to love
think
that
there's
desert.
some truth in what he's saying.
Out in the woods. and
Like in
things. I
some of
didn't
the
know
shit
you
he's
get out
saying, I
in
think
the
it's some truth in it, but like for the most
How do you
part,
feel
he's
about
just tweaking,
spending
bro.
the rest of your life in prison?
woods. Well, we're all our own prisons. We each are
Give-
our own
give 'em
wardens,
some
and
fans,
We do our
crazy.
own times. We get stuck in our own little trips, and we
Give 'em
kind
the
of judge
fan. I don't
ourselves the way
think-
we do.
I think that would just turn him
You
up
know,
some more.
I can't judge nobody else. The best thing I
After
can
this
do
chat,
is
we're
try
gonna
to
watch
judge
some
myself
school. We're
and
gonna
live
watch
with
some
that.
alter horror films.
See, what other people
Wait,
do
Night
is
Lou,
not
when,
really my
what was that shit
affair
you was telling me about?
unless they approach
That
me
YouTube
with
channel?
it and want me to do something about it, then I'll
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I want to see an off
take into
meds
consideration what has to be
interview.
done. But other than that, I just try to do my number, do my time, get out on the main line, play some tennis, walk around, make the child a little better.
This nigga said play some tennis.
And
What the
then
fuck?
there's possibility
Next
the preacher
vote
could
bet.
teach me
We gonna-
something.
we gonna watch
because
one of those.
The preacher, the reverend, is quite a guy, and I'm finding that got 2 or 3 doctors here.
Then
that got
we'll
a lot
watch
of
some
sense.
alter horror films.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they got a lot of sense in my world, you know. And I've tried to shake 2 or 3 of them, but they're pretty smart. And then they got some pretty good inmates here, trying to get out and work their lives into a decent sort of way. Trying to promote harmony, pull ourselves together,
This nigga said
Be
promote
right.
harmony.
do right, and have the understanding of what it is in a congenial form for world peace. There's a lot of people working for world peace.
Let's assume that one day you were paroled. Let's just
Paroled?
Well, let's just make believe. Do you ever think you will be?
This nigga's playing in the
Well, I
chair,
think I
bro.
will be. Well, I've never been paroled before. I went up to the board and they said I was incorrigible. And not only was I incorrigible, but that I'd never grow up. And I kind of agreed with them. I had a war.
Well, let's just play make believe here for a second. Let's make believe. Let's make believe you're getting out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
And tomorrow creeps this petty face, yeah.
Would you go after anybody, Charles?
After
Do
anybody.
you feel let me try another way. Do you
Maybe
feel
I'll come after
do you
you
feel you have
after.
any scores to settle with anybody on the outside?
Let me think. Do I have any scores out there? And we're making believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you, buddy. Well,
That motherfucker going through 7
right
different
now.
emotions in 5 seconds.
I'm stupid to the point to where I'm not really sure. And if you'll ask the question again, maybe the answer will come to you. What was it again?
If you got out tomorrow, do you have any scores to settle on the outside?
Scores.
Wait,
mean
get
people
your
have
get
done
back
you
on
wrong?
who
Or
now?
you feel you've done you wrong?
Oh, that feel that I've done them wrong?
No, feel that
Just like
they've
on
done
whoever
you
told
wrong.
on
Oh,
you?
you feel have done you wrong.
Oh, well, most people do themselves wrong.
Would
But
you wanna
now,
go-
what if
would
you
wanna
did
go
the
get
crime?
anybody?
You gonna
No,
still
you
get
got
your
out.
get back?
No, they push, see what they do. See, they take all that bad and then they push it off on each other. I told the dude, you're doing this to yourself, man. You know, I've been sitting in there, and I'm in the cell, right? And he let me out, and I walk around, the guy says, if you don't do this, we're going to lock you back up. I said, okay, I don't care anyway. I gave up that thought. Prison's in your mind, man, like, you know.
Okay.
You can sit in the cell, and the guy said, you're in prison? I said, no, I'm just here. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm just sitting here waiting for these people to get done doing what they're doing so I can get out.
Do you have a television set? Do you watch television?
Job's
I
not
used to
done,
watch
it's
it a little bit, but
crazy.
it kind of looks, I don't
Job
really
finished?
like it that much.
Okay.
Job
well, what
not
about
fin- job
newspapers?
finished?
You get
Job not
newspapers?
I don't bother with those. I know that they're
Having
driving there.
All
A
right,
serial
what,
killer
radio,
with
listen to
Kobe
radio?
Bryant's
I listen to a
mentality.
Space program. I like that.
Good
And
luck,
the rest of
Charlie.
it's just
That
like a
sounds
bunch of-
terrible, bro.
There's no.
What about your music? At
I
one
get some classical music on the 98 station that's saying something.
Okay. But what about your own music? I remember reading that you at one time had a
Well,
recording stint at a studio
no.
in Hollywood, and that you liked guitar and you wrote
Yeah.
music or sang music.
Yeah.
Do you still do that?
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. But the way I do it ain't the same way you guys do it. And the way I do it scares you guys. So I didn't want to scare you guys out of the neighborhood right away. So I just took a can and started banging on it, you know?
Yeah, that's how he.
But we
That's how he got his
cobbled
initial
together back in the mountains that
following
would
by
probably
making music.
shake a
He
Roman
actually, I think he got like a
tabernacle
platinum
choir
record or
eardrum.
something, or like a gold record
You said
back in the day.
the kind of music you play scares people. Why shouldn't people be scared by you?
There's only one person you can be scared of, and that's yourself.
I don't think
Afraid
that's
of
true.
what? Losing
But
your bank
sure.
account? Afraid of your wife going away?
Oh, he was shit.
You
Okay.
have all those things. I'm not afraid of losing my watch or
He didn't
someone
get an
taking my
award or
money or
something?
robbing me.
Oh,
I went
okay,
down to
so he just
Mexico
made
in the
people
50s
think he
and
was
down where
nice.
the Yankees was, and they
Damn,
said,
see, he
"Man,
got
you don't
me,
go
'cause
down where the
I
Yankees
thought-
are."
I thought he was
He
cooking.
said, "They're terrible." I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, they don't like people like you."
Nah, he didn't,
I said,
Nigel. I was
well, they
wrong.
didn't say anything.
Yeah, but I asked the
Felt nice
question
to be at home.
in the context that, whether you believe it or not, there are a lot of people on the outside that think about the possibility.
Yeah, he
of you
got
coming
me.
out of
I'm
here,
a sheep.
and they're
He got
genuinely
me.
scared.
Oh boy, I might just make dust. Everything terrible. One little guy, terrible. Ooh. Boy, how insecure are we as human beings? Put all our fear on one little guy. You're afraid to let him out. He might break all the toys.
Why do you say little guy?
Because I'm not the guy you trying to make out of me. That's not me. That's some guy in somebody's imagination that wanted to make a couple $100 million for himself. He got rich. He had a good game going. He had a better game going than I did, but he had a good mother to help him. She helped him in a nice game. I was kind of over on the sideline. See, I had to get around that game and look over the tracks. Man.
Okay, now here we go.
Oh,
On mother
he
again
got-
for a second.
he got
You said
multiple
he had a nice mother
personalities?
to help him. Does that mean you did not have a nice mother to help you?
Oh, well, I imagine I got a whole lot of nice mothers that would help me. If I would help them, you know. How much would you help yourself?
When I asked you,
Give
why you
in to
got
the
married,
curiosity,
you
brother.
said
It's
for sex.
PLAXtober.
That's when I was 20 years old.
Ah.
What? This is funny. What
Yeah.
kind of sex life is there for Charles in this prison?
Well, I a bit now. and
Duh.
then.
What'd he say?
I try to
What
hide
did he
it, not
say?
to embarrass other people, but I've been doing it ever since. If
What
I
did
would
that
help
nigga
them,
say?
You know, how much would you help yourself?
When I asked you why you got married, you said for sex.
That's when I was 20 years old.
Yeah. What kind? This is funny. What kind of sex life is there for Charles in this prison?
Well, I a bit now and then. I try to hide it, not to embarrass other people.
What
But I've
did
been
he
doing it
say?
ever since I was 10. I get to thinking, here I'm an old man sitting in the cell. That's the damnedest thing I ever seen, you know. It looks like I grow up, but I really don't know how yet. I'm learning. Preacher teaching me how to grow up.
Do you miss women?
Certainly. My goodness, yeah, damn right. Yeah.
Certainly.
What do you think of women?
Oh, I like them. Yeah, they're nice. They're put together well and everything, and they're soft and spongy. Yeah, they're nice. As long as they keep their mouth shut and do what they're supposed to do.
Why do you say that?
Nigel, I don't know
That's
what
what
he
we're
was
supposed to do.
alluding
Keep her mouth
to.
shut and do what she's supposed to do?
Sure.
Who taught you that?
Nah.
Well, I don't want her snitching on me.
New York for a couple of seconds, but we shall continue the interview with Charles Manson at the California prison facility in Vacaville in just a couple of moments here.
Yeah, Nigel, I don't know what. I think he was alluding to Diddy
considered by
parties.
prison authorities to be Charles Manson's
I don't know.
closest friend in this world. His name is Newell Emmons, and he has spent the last year researching and beginning to write the autobiography of Charles Manson, which will be called Manson by Manson. More than anyone else, Emmons knows when Manson is telling the truth and when he's lying. He is back tonight with us here in New York, and he's been watching the interview with us, and I want to get his views on what we've seen so far before we continue with Charles Manson. So we'll continue with Mr. Emmons from New York in a couple of seconds, and then go back to Vacaville right after this for the NBC television stations.
Also, Chad, I got a question. Because y'all being here, I ain't hear what he said.
Manson
Yeah, I
in
don't know
California
what
prison
exactly
shortly,
he
but,
said.
here in New York is a gentleman who, in the words of some authorities, knows Charles Manson better than most people. His name is
Is the
Newell
audio
Emmons.
too low, y'all?
We
Do
went
y'all
see
want me to
Manson
turn it
about
up,
writing
or
the
is it
book a
good?
year ago, and they've spent over 300 hours since. We hired Newell Emmons as a consultant for tonight's program, and he's here this evening to discuss the interview and help us
Yeah,
understand
no, I
what's
was going
going
to
on in
ask
the
y'all,
mind of
Chad,
Charles
because y'all
Manson.
being here, y'all
Before that,
specifically
Mr.
being
Emmons,
here a lot.
Could you just briefly trace
If
your
my
relationship
schedule
with Charles
changed,
Manson? Where did
would
you
y'all
meet him,
like
and how
me
did
to
you develop a
stream,
relationship with him?
like late, like right now,
I've had
or
a similar childhood
middle
as
of
Manson,
the day,
only unlike
8
him with
p.m.,
nobody,
like, what would be
I
a
did
good
have
stream
people.
time for
so
y'all?
I met Manson in jail in the
Audio's fine? Okay.
federal prison, I guess, at Terminal Island in the middle 56 or so. And so anyway, not that we lined up together, but I was a few years older than he, but I did know him and smaller. And again, we were both repeats, so then I ran into him again in McNeil Island years later, 59, I guess. And I came home in '63.
You're not a
and
bum,
since
brother.
have
You
straightened out
just,
my
you
life.
just,
And,
you in between things
after the
right
family
now,
was
baby.
raised and whatever, I began a writing
Shit happens.
career,
I'm about to
mostly
be.
journalistic stuff.
I'll talk to you
sports,
later.
and
I'm about to be
newspaper
just
items.
like you,
How can
in
you
between
tell when
things.
Charles
I'll
Manson
talk to
is
you about it
conning
later.
and when he's on track? I was mystified by this man, as you know.
That's a fact. And I post all the
Well,
video, all the like
I,
clips and shit on
and
YouTube anyway, so you could go on YouTube
prior
and
to
see
the
it if you really
interview,
wanted
I
to.
think that he felt that the questioning line was going to be a little bit different. And I have a rapport with Manson where we talk almost as normal as you and I are talking right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when Manson is really unsure of himself, uneasy, he performs. And then also,
crying.
but as far as conning, he does con. He pulls your leg to a certain extent. But if you've noticed, he did not lie. He evaded when he did not want to answer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a con or a joke in a way. He plays games with people.
Have you and he discussed this evasiveness that surfaces in him from time to time? And is he more level when you're talking privately without cameras on than he was during this?
Oh, very definitely. You've got to remember, we say a year, or you said a year, but it began in August of 1979 when I first began and renewed our acquaintance. And at first he denied me. The book wasn't his ideal at all. He resents being a victim, as he told you in the interview in several places, that he didn't do the things and it didn't come down as said. I don't think, in essence, Manson denies that he's guilty of things and he knows that he belongs in jail. But the way it was convicted and it came down, and in his mind, he has been served an injustice himself.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a very rational relationship. I mean, there are days when I don't gather any material, but I accept that and come back again another day.
Have you gotten him to the point where he has admitted or discussed any complicity or planning in the deaths of the people in Southern California? Or does he shy away from it, as he did here when we got into this lobby anchor?
Well, there again, in this interview, he says he referred to you as a prosecuting attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in his thought, well, some of the questioning line was very similar to a prosecuting attorney's line, so he rebelled against it immediately. And we have our moments of rebellion, but yes, but it's his version, and it is contradictory to Helter Skelter. I mean, not the deaths. I mean, they're there for everybody to see and to know that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are many, many circumstances that sort of destroys the motive and the image and everything that previous books have put out about him. And if I might go on, well, that's where my book is motivated. It isn't in defense of Manson. I say not in defense. I think in the first portion of it, I do reach a certain amount of sympathy, just illustrating a childhood.
You can't
and how
defend him, but you can tell a story,
unlike
I guess.
Me, I had
Defending him is
that
nuts.
Cared, and I had a trade and probably a better understanding. I don't say that the people in jail raised me like he does, and he is a victim of that. But I lost my thought. You'll have to come back to me.
No, you were saying that your book is not intended to be a defense of Manson or an apologia for him, but that you understand
this
him in terms of
the
his
motherfucker
upbringing
writing the
without a
book
family
crazy
and
too. I can
sympathetic
see it
towards
in his
that,
eyes.
and I think probably you part company.
But they
as,
met in
as the
jail,
story
so
develops.
Right. Thank you. And anyway, well, he, by his own admission, he doesn't want to be, and he himself has become a considerable victim of the images. And you also said on your Wednesday night whole mention of the show for Friday night that you didn't find
this just gave me an idea too,
or someone with powers. Well, the book
this
brings
just gave
that
me
up
an
very
idea
clearly too, and Manson also resents those earlier publications, and he feels, and I feel also, and I bring it out in my book, that more injustice has been done because of similar books. That particular book that we're mentioned Helter Skelter, has done more to create the image and the followers and everything that still persists.
Except that Helter Skelter just didn't come out of the blue. Vincent Bugliosi didn't make that up out of whole cloth. I mean, there was a lot of conversation that was tracked among the people involved in those killings where that thing kept coming out over and over again.
And none of it came out until Susan Atkins made her first confession. And then once heard, it's almost as Manson himself projects, power of suggestion and so on. We've heard it before, and this is our best way out. And
do you think there's anything today, Newell, like a Manson cult? Does he get letters, to your knowledge, from people who see him as a cult leader or somebody that they would like to pattern themselves after?
Only after reading the books that have been written previously, and he does get letters. The institution will verify it, and I've been recipient of letters. When my first media release on Manson was, I guess, March of '81, and paper.
Yeah, now you really to go, bro.
Will it,
I don't know if you're still in here now, but you really to go.
But I was a recipient of mail wanting to know how they could get in touch with Manson and so on, and other people's other than the ones I got. Right to the institution.
Have you ever gotten a letter from a purported Manson follower
watching
saying your
these,
book
my
better
bad,
be fair to him
Nigel, I
or
was
else
messaging Dave.
It's gone
So
further
watching
than that.
these,
one particular letter
made me think, what if I did like a short film about me being the serial killer? And somebody else is interviewing me, and it's like, it's just me
Manson thing and so on. And
telling stories and the reason behind why I did what I did.
I won't say pride, but a little vanity in my
not me,
writing
not
me. Book coming up.
But I'm playing a character.
What I was trying to project. She says, "You're the luckiest son of a gun in the world," because she was prepared to waste me if I was going to be more detrimental to Manson than the previous books had been. So it is an easy role, and I'm doing it for Manson as well as for myself. And, well, there's a lot of things because he says he's
what's happening?
Where he belongs in a sense.
Do you think he
Nigel, tell Smooth, you can't take my ass, it's mine.
He's probably bitter
can't have
than
it.
He was in '69 through the things that he's gone through.
Yeah, I'm thinking about.
Thank you for being here in New York tonight.
I just messaged Dave to see what he thought of the idea,
right after these announcements.
And if I could write something up. Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, Nigel, you gotta tell Smooth, like, you gotta tell him no, like Diddy. Like Cat Williams said to Diddy, you gotta tell him no, baby.
You were sent to the gas chamber and then they modified the death penalty. Were you happy when that was done?
Was I happy when what was done?
When you found out that you weren't going to the gas chamber.
You're talking about dying. Now, it gets me nervous.
Why?
Did you have any thoughts about something? Was you wanting to go anywhere?
Oh, shit.
Were you happy when
I'm like, fuck you mean, Chuck? No.
I knew I wasn't going to go to the gas chamber because I hadn't done anything wrong.
That's crazy.
You scared to die?
Sometimes I feel I'm scared to live.
Yeah, Nigel, I was just saying use the GOAT because I seen what you put in the chat, man. Good shit, bro.
Getting up every day, going through and again.
This crazy shit aside, I am super proud of you, bro, because you've made wonderful progress on everything. I'm not gonna get into it for everybody else, but
like I'm on.
Good shit, bro. I'm super proud of you.
And I'm a little guy. I don't have no home team. You got all the home. I got one cheerleader or one coach. See, you got me at a disadvantage because I'm on your ground, see? So, and this is your street, I reckon. You got the cameras and the money and the things. But you can believe me that Bugliosi's had you all on a rib. And all them guys that sold you most of that stuff sold you a bunch of things that weren't real. Not to me. We used to have games we would play. On the movie set, we would take on different people. I'd be Riff Raff Rackus. And Steve would be John Jones, just come in from Minneapolis and driving the truck. And we just take other people and play act other people. And then we lost track of who we were. And it went off into other dimensions and levels of thought and understanding and comprehensions that were beyond most people's minds, functions, computers, data. So,
You just saying shit, bro.
all I did was watch and learn everything I could from everybody I ever met. Then when I got out of prison, I just walked around. I didn't tell nobody to do nothing. I said, do what you want to do. Just don't tell me what to do. I don't like people telling me what to do. They just come from a place where they told me what to do all my life. You know, I want to find out what to do for myself, you know. I never did. Not yet.
That nigga never answered the
But I was
question.
going to take a trade one of these days, maybe learn to be a welder or something.
Hey, brother, you're good. Some motherfuckers shouldn't be allowed to learn anything else. You're good, bro. You're not allowed to learn nothing else, Chuck. You're done.
Where people were killed. How did you get involved in that drama?
Well, I was born illegitimately. That put me on the other side of the law. I've been an outlaw ever since I was born. I went to reform school when I was about 10. And I learned to box and cry. And I learned to do all the things that you do in reform school. Then I went to, I escaped there a bunch of times, and I went to prison. And I learned everything that you do in prison. And I talked to all the guys and asked them everything they knew. And they told me all the things they knew. And then I went to the end of it, and then the old man would be ready to die, and he'd say, well, son, sincerity is the best gimmick, remember that. And I said, all right, be sincere, that'll win it. He said, that's it. Sincerity and honesty, he said, it'll do it. It'll trick them every time. I said, well, sincere and honesty, I never tried that. I tried everything else, but maybe I'll try sincere and honesty. So then I looked in the book, and it said, the wages of sin is death. Now I figured, well, I don't want to die, so maybe I have been sinful here. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'll take a look at my life and say, well, I'm going to change it and start all over. You know, and I know I go to God and I say, hey, man, you're going to forgive me? And he's going to say, what do? You forgive you? I mean, what did you come to me for? Forgive yourself, man. Don't be bothering me. You know, and I think, well, he must be a big, mighty God, man. He just, you know, he ain't got time. You got to make an appointment or something, you know. So I see the whole aspect of the whole trip for children to play, you know. And then I get stuck in the game of playing the goat here, or the lamb, or the some other trip. I was a teddy bear, and then I was a goofball, and whatever. And what is the real one? Where's the real one? I don't know where the real one is. It's in a nut word somewhere.
The real Charles Manson, hardly the glowering, sinister, and assertive mastermind that was pictured of his life before and after the Tate LaBianca killings in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
The real
so,
Charles Manson appears to be confused and frightened. Confused, if you recall his admonition that we look at ourselves to better understand him. Yet each...
Yeah, now this was later on, like this was like in 84 or something like that. But it just seemed like he just was saying shit the majority of the interview. Like, it wasn't really a lot of coherent thoughts or anything like that. Like, he just... I don't know, that wasn't what I expected from him. But again, this was later on. I would like to, like, watch one, like, closer to when he was really putting in work, so to speak, to see where... excuse me. To see where his head was at. I guess confused is one way to put it. Yeah, like, he definitely seemed like he was mixing thoughts together. He wasn't, like dude was saying, he was evading answering questions. Now, he could have purposely been doing that because he knew he was on TV and he wanted to play up the crazy character, or that could really just be his thought process and shit. I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't it was definitely different from the other dude. What was the other dude that packed his mom up. Hey, yeah, Edmund Kemper, definitely different from him. Kemper seemed to have a full-fledged understanding of himself, why he was doing what he was doing. It's irrational, but he has an understanding of everything he was doing. I feel like Manson was just like, I'm out here. And I don't know what's worse. Somebody understanding what they doing and still like just doing it, or somebody else, or somebody that's like confused and don't really get where, and it changes from day to day what their plan is. Or a motherfucker that knows exactly what the problem is and why they're doing what they're doing, and they're just like, yeah, fuck it. Like, what? I don't know what's worse. It's both terrible, but we gonna get into some Nexpo. That's what we gonna.